104.1 KRBE.
Let's go. Good morning.
The Roula and Ryan Show.
With Eric.
It's about to get all stupid up in here.
Hey, sleepyhead.
Featuring Special K.
Nobody asked you, Kevin.
And Sam.
You've waited long enough.
How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Roula.
Macaroni and cheese hot dog.
Ryan. I am the worst DJ ever. With Eric.
We're the champions of the world!
104.1 KRBE.
Good morning.
Morning, Houston, Texas. It is Thursday. It's May 29th of 2025. It's 6:03 a.m. with Roula, Ryan, Eric, Special K, and Sam, and it's the last day of school.
I cannot believe it. May 29th.
The last day of school. Oh my gosh, this is going to be something today.
All the
I'm
parents.
very excited.
Is everybody going to be out today?
Today is Friday, baby. Even though it's
Like,
Thursday,
is
it's Friday.
anybody going to be going back on Monday? Any private
Well,
schools?
teachers, maybe.
No, private schools, I feel like we're out last week. There were so many kids that didn't go back after Memorial Day.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, y'all still have school? One of my daughter's friends who goes to a private school, their family's in Florida. And I was like, oh, what are you doing there? She goes, well, they're on vacation. I go, oh, when they get out of school?
Wow.
I'm like, Eric, didn't your daughter get out like a week and a half ago or something from her finals?
She graduated 2 weeks ago today, I think.
Wow.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
HISD
She's
is
been on like
still
2.5
in,
weeks.
They're in, this is their last day, should be.
I don't know, because Jules just came over
Pop up in the calendar.
yesterday, and I don't think she
It's either today
is
or
done.
tomorrow, right?
Well,
my
because she
ex-wife's
might have to go back for a
today,
day,
yeah.
but the kids should be done. I think this is it. But y'all text us at 37530. What school district has to go back tomorrow or even perhaps Monday? I thought it all ends this week because teachers are ready to go. The countdown has been on for summertime. That's right.
I went to the Astros game yesterday with our buddy Cliff.
Oh, yeah,
Uh-huh.
I
How'd
saw
that-
some of your
It
stories.
was fun, but then I got home and just I was ruined because I did the show here. I went to the gym for an hour, then went home, showered. He came, picked me up, and then started drinking and eating.
Oh,
And then by 4:30, I got home. I'm like, oh,
You're like, I'm done.
you're done for the day.
I'm not a day drinker.
So Lance McCullers had like a great game, 6 innings, 12 strikeouts.
yep, a lot of strikeouts. So
And what was the final score?
5-3,
Nice.
and they're only half a game out of first place. Only half a game out.
What are we
Wow,
going to do
that's
about
awesome. Who's in first place?
Seattle.
Seattle? But what are we going to do about pitching? Like Blanco's having that Tommy John surgery.
These guys are magic. I don't know. They bring somebody up from like
Yeah.
two of our pitchers. I don't even know their names. Gusto and some other dude.
They're probably
Were they like bringing them from Space Cowboys? Or
Yeah.
Cool.
So yep,
1 o'clock games on Wednesdays are my favorite
it was
games.
fun going, but
Heck yeah.
Because it's like you're done. You just get it out of the way. People who want to play hooky from work, or they're just going to go to the game, or like for you, Eric. I mean, didn't it feel like a Friday yesterday? You're like,
Oh,
oh
that's
man,
fun.
this is great. By the
You
way,
had a
Sam,
good
what did you
time?
find out about
Hamburger?
HISD? You just texted what?
Because I was going to say, I know Jules said that she had to go back because they still have testing. So they're studying this whole entire, like until Friday. And June 4th is their last day. And then
wow,
it
really,
says,
you're way off.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I know that kids are still in school, unfortunately.
I can't
Last
believe
day for students
that.
is June 4th, 2026. And then last day for teachers is June 5th, 2026.
this might be the longest year ever for school because they started like 2 weeks early.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Remember,
Yeah.
they used to be in the mid like 25th
So
or
how
something.
many
Now-
extra days? They must have had all these extra times
No,
off.
this
that
new
we
guy,
didn't
Mike
realize.
Myers, or what's
I
his name?
think
Mike Myers. No,
Mike
Morales.
Miles.
Miles.
Was it Miles? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Their
Why
first
am I-
day of school was August 12th,
Yeah.
2025. So they went from
Wow.
August 12th until
June
June 4th. I'm looking at the
man.
calendar, so before texters come at me, okay,
It's a long
it's
year.
HoustonISD.org.
Yeah, because
I think
Klein
this is
ISD, it has one more day tomorrow. Fort Bend's last day is today, but the teachers have to go one more day tomorrow.
Klein's tomorrow.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so I said Klein is
Humble-
tomorrow.
Humble's tomorrow.
I was like, dang it, I still had one really good epic telemarketer turnaround I want the kids to hear.
Yeah,
Oh, well, they can still listen on the
That'll be their
podcast.
assignment,
And you
kids.
can
If there's
listen on
summer
your
school,
smart speaker. If you are listening right now
Good
and you're
idea.
like, oh, my schedule's going to change. No, if you have an Alexa or something in your house, a smart speaker in your house, just tell it to play us and have it on in your
There's
house.
so many ways you can consume us. Everything from
wait.
YouTube to
What?
Oh,
What's wrong?
What?
Pregnancy brain.
What happened?
Hold on.
Because people are
Some-
texting June 4 for kids, June 5 for teachers.
Yeah, but I said 2026. Now I'm confused with myself. I'm just gonna go sit in.
they're already a year ahead. They already
I'm
know
gonna
what's
go
going on.
sit in the corner.
Well, they say it. They go. I
I
mean, we
thought
have
that was-
confirmation on text that HISD goes
next
until the 4th.
Tuesday.
So you were
Okay,
around.
so
Oh,
who
wow.
cares? Whatever.
Yeah.
Just know what time your kid goes into school and
Yeah,
what time
hopefully,
they go.
Yeah.
hopefully the parents know.
If you're
Because two
relying
people
on
go,
us
it's on the wrong calendar.
for your school
done.
schedule, you got a problem.
Yeah, we can't even do rapid fire correctly.
Yeah, no kidding.
No, not at all.
I know. I'm sorry. I was like, yeah,
Oh.
I know.
Didn't someone complain about that, Ryan, or
If
something?
you guys missed rapid fire yesterday, it was a crap show.
Yeah,
It was great.
It was a crap
I will
show.
take.
If it was clean every time and like we never fought or no mistakes, then
Wouldn't be fun.
I'll
It
take
was
credit. I
really
screwed the
fun.
pooch. I
Boring.
made some mistakes.
That
on
was
We're like,
rapid
wait,
fire.
what now?
what did you do to the pooch?
You know what that phrase is.
Oh.
Screwed the pooch. Messed up.
That's a big mess
Hey,
up.
this is Manuel. I just listened for the third time the rapid fire quiz. It was insane.
Third time.
I heard it live and I couldn't believe it. I was ordering my Chick-fil-A and I had to listen it twice when the podcast was available. And now I'm listening on my way home. It is crazy. This has been the most fun rapid fire. Great job, guys. Not you, Ryan.
For those that missed this, for those that missed it, not you, Ryan.
Let me bring it back.
Two of the big mistakes yesterday. Ryan says some other random name and says who's sang the song "Lose Yourself."
Right.
Well, Marshall Mathers is Eminem. That was not the name he said. So
I meant
Sam
to
said
say lose
Eminem.
control because it was actually a two-part. I gave the real legal name
Of Teddy Swims. But you said lose
But you
yourself
said the
instead of
wrong
lose
song.
control.
Yeah.
yourself.
So that's all I knew.
Right.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know
So that
Teddy
was
Swims'
wrong.
first name.
And then Kevin.
No, Sesame Street.
The Sesame
yeah.
Street thing.
yeah.
That was in your favor, Rolla.
No, it was not.
You got the point.
No, it was
Yeah,
not my favorite.
But then
in
the
the end.
listeners caught you.
He
Like,
said,
Right.
this 8-foot-tall yellow bird made the debut on this
This.
show. So did he want Sesame Street or did he want Big Bird? I said Big Bird.
I think it was Sesame Street. Big Bird on Sesame Street was the answer.
Because he didn't want to be too obvious, like say Big Bird.
If I said
on one
Big
show.
Bird, then yeah, I screwed that up. But it
They're
was
trying to be witty.
badly executed.
So I had one, and then I didn't win.
That was the
and
best.
then me and Kevin went to sudden death, and I
Look,
won.
you've got to look at it this way. When you watch any kind of a sports game, refs will make a bad call from time to time. That's what makes it entertaining.
But what
people
happened is,
don't ever forgive them.
like,
No, they don't.
You know, when the refs go to the monitors and it takes 3 or 4 minutes, Ryan had to go to his monitor because he, for some reason, deletes everything 2 seconds after
Yeah.
he says it.
Just to make space.
It's like
That's
you need
to make space for what?
You should print it out and then have it ready to go, just like a
back up, yeah.
plan B.
Okay, I can do that.
That was funny though.
It was really
And then
a
you
roller
guys
coaster.
got a review. I guess you played, because I had to sit out that last road show, and somebody called complaining about y'all's game at the road show, about the people playing. Listen to this.
I'm listening to the Ralphie podcast, the one from Lost Lagoon or whatever it was that y'all were at.
Lagoon
My
Fest.
gosh, dude. The people y'all picked for the TV show guessing, they're idiots. How did they not get all those? There was like a couple out of all of them. There was a couple that the clues were kind of hard, but my gosh. She says you look in it when you brush your teeth, and then the color of midnight, and the guy can't put together just from that black mirror, or at least say mirror black. Say something like, I don't know. You couldn't get Beavis and Butthead. Like, what the heck, man?
Poor guy.
And that's what's frustrating when you're
When you're
Listening
in
to
it.
it was
When
for the
you're
No
in
Name
it.
TV game, No Name movie game.
Yeah.
And by
No
the
Name TV
we
game,
did,
actually.
we did like a raffle, picked up the numbers, so that it wasn't like we
didn't pick
interviewed anybody.
Handpicked
When I picked the number,
we
I said,
should've.
if you don't know TV shows and you don't want to play the game, just tell us you don't want to play the game. We'll pick somebody else from the
Right.
bin.
And nobody
But
did.
listen, it is nerve wracking because we had like 100 people there staring at you, like, what's the song? What's the show? And we could not hear that well because the speakers
Monitors
were
weren't
facing
working.
the people, and that
They
was
just were-
fine.
They weren't facing us.
They were facing
You
us.
need that, yeah.
And I mean, I just, it was fine because he was so kicking himself later because he didn't get Beavis and Butthead. That's his favorite show. His wife was like, "It's your favorite show." He was like, "Oh my God, how did I not get that?"
You gotta do that.
Yeah.
You get like I know if I went to one of those game shows, I would freeze. Like your brain, feel like your soul left your body.
Eric,
Looking at yourself,
I was on
I
Who
would
Wants to
choke.
Be a Millionaire
Would you
as a
freeze?
partner contestant with that person in the spotlight in the audience and the
You were a
person in the chair.
lifeline?
No, I was like it was like a radio bit. They had
you bring
radio
in-
stations bring a listener to Who
Okay.
Wants to Be a Millionaire. The listener was in the chair and I was in the audience and they would come to me. My ears were burning. I couldn't hear anything. It was like white noise. I have no idea.
You've never done it before. It's
My
nervous.
contestant wrote a book about trivia and he was out on the question, this person uses sand to make you fall asleep.
The Sandman?
Missed it.
How do you miss that?
Exactly. Same concept.
Yep.
Totally
a lot
nervous,
of
freaking out.
pressure.
Yeah.
That's
I was
like,
like,
Let's
Oh my
find
God,
a
what's
game
happening?
show where we get Ryan on and see how he chokes.
I don't think I choke. I'm
Because he
pretty
thinks
good.
you're perfect, like you're going to get all this
I
stuff.
always cite that one. I aced it
TV. I'm
when
not
they
playing-
were
I'm
doing
not-
auditions for Pyramid. I
was in a room
aced
like
it.
this where you just talked to two people.
Yeah, radio people.
I don't think I'd crack. I'm pretty good at game shows. I do.
All right.
We
Let's
watch.
get you on a game show. I would love to see.
Okay,
you.
so my daughter and I would watch Family Feud while I was cooking, and at the time I had a girlfriend, and we'd just be playing Feud in the background while I'm cooking, and we watched this one episode where the family, like, one of them choked so bad in Fast Money. Like the dad got like 175 points. All the other person had to do was 25 points.
Let's get 2 answers.
And then they lost it. And my daughter's like, oh, if that was me and I lost it, I would not get in the car with you, Dad. I would never live it down.
Oh, yeah. I'd like to see the pressure.
Well, today on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric, it's going to be a little time for roses. If you have a problem in your relationship, you have questions in your relationship, 7 o'clock is where we tackle those problems. You go with that gut instinct. And speaking of that, after 8 o'clock, did your gut ever lead you down the wrong lane? Did you trust your gut and your gut let you down? We'll have to talk about that. Coming up next in Celebrity Scoop, there is a list of the sexiest MLB mascots. The
Is there such a
sexiest
thing?
I'll be the judge of that.
baseball mascots.
Conducted by the National Association
Does
of Furries.
Orbit make it?
There's no
Does
female ones, huh?
Orbit make it on the sexiest? That is the
Should be
actual name of
sexist.
the list.
There's no male.
Good point, Eric.
Sexiest
Characters.
MLB mascot. There's no female, you mean?
I mean, they're all males. Like,
They're all
unless you watch
boys.
WNBA, they got a female elephant for the
They do.
Liberty. Sexy
Well-
little curves and stuff. I'm like,
Are you serious? I have
Like,
to
what
look
the
at
hell
that
is this?
now. Okay, during the break, I'm looking that up. Here's your weather for today.
It's gonna be a gorgeous day. Sunshine in the low 90s right now. Already 72 degrees. 6:13 on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
From the big screen to the big house.
Celebrity Scoop, the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric on KRBE.
It is brought to you by Taqueria Sarandas, and 6 o'clockers need something fun, too, to give them something. And, you know, I always say this. When you're an adult, there's things you don't have to think about, and you certainly don't want to pay for them. So that's why we're giving this away. Air Innovations Heating and Cooling is celebrating 20 years in business, and they're giving you an HVAC tune-up. Have you ever done that? Well, you're going to need to do that.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
I have.
And you get it for free.
Well, you're smarter than me. No.
833-390-KRVE, caller 10. You get an HVAC tune-up, caller 10. There you go. Adulting
notice-
is at its finest.
You notice a big difference in the air quality.
I'm the worst grown up. If my wife ever left me, or I would not know how to pay bills or
Oh my gosh.
do
Eric.
anything.
It's
You're
not
like that
easy.
little
I had to
old lady that doesn't
learn.
know how to pump gas because her husband drove her everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, from 50 years ago. I don't know how to pump gas. My husband did it all. That's opposite for Eric. He's like, I don't know where.
Yeah.
As long
I think she
as
told
I can
me
wake up somewhere
all
with a
the
roof over
passwords
my
are
head.
somewhere, she said. I'm like, I no
You know, you
idea.
can keep that in your cell
He's
phone,
like, I
your
don't wanna have
keychain.
that.
I keep that in my cell phone. I don't trust technology like that here. I'll lose my phone. Someone take it. No thanks.
Yeah. All
Plus,
right.
then I have to do something if I. She'll be like, oh, you have the passwords. Go do it.
No.
No.
If you follow
You're
Eric at Producer
ridiculous.
Eric, you may have seen he went to the 1 o'clock game yesterday. And if you're an Astros fan and you haven't been to any games yet and you're trying to decide what game should I go to, there are a variety of really good games. There are the 1 o'clock Wednesday games, which are my favorite. There's Dollar Dog nights on Tuesdays.
And
Heck
not many
yeah.
teams do that. You have to really appreciate. I don't think they do it every Tuesday,
Yeah.
but they do it a lot more than most teams because I see other, like in New York, they go crazy. And when the Yankees do Dollar Dog Night, they're like, oh my God!
They make things affordable.
Because it's like once every
Yeah.
6 months for them.
Well, I didn't realize this was a thing, but it is. There was a list from the company BetUS, and they ranked the sexiest Major League Baseball mascots.
Bet.
We have the top 15. We don't care about the top 15.
Just do the top 5.
Let's
Well,
do the top 10.
Did Orbit make it?
Orbit's in the top 10.
Oh, okay. Then top 10 it is.
It's sexy. It's just
But
creepy.
But what's
because-
sexy
yeah,
about them?
because it's-
it should be
it's-
most fun.
It's
or,
family friendly. It's
Yeah.
not supposed to be sexy.
Well, Orbit has won mascot of the year, and I gotta ask I gotta text my friend. They're probably asleep. Ask how many times that's happened, but I know Orbit's been mascot of the year, and that's a big deal. So I don't really find any of these sexy, but here we go. You've got the Baltimore Orioles bird.
Oh,
is number
yeah.
10.
Rawr.
You probably
Okay.
seen that one, Sam. You've been there, I bet.
Yeah, I liked the Orioles before I came down here.
That's where you grew up nearby.
Mm-hmm.
You sound like you said Oreos.
I like those too.
I mean, I do like those.
Does the
but-
Oriole bird eat Oreo cookies while he's running around giving out T-shirts?
No.
Number 9 is where our Orbit hits the list of the Houston Astros. Number 9 of the Houston Astros, which, you know what? I like that he was even in the top 10 because still people,
appreciate
give
that.
No.
the Astros grief
What
over
exactly
stuff.
is Orbit, anyhow?
Orbit's like a Martian.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Our
Alien.
friend, one of my,
Little alien.
Tasso and I are friends with Richard Tapia, who created Orbit. And it was like, if I
Wow.
remember the story right,
He's been
I
up
think
here
he
many
sketched
times.
it. Yeah, Richard's been up here a lot.
Not as Orbit. He just comes because he doesn't
Okay.
do that anymore. He's in charge of all that stuff.
And let me give
wow.
a shout out to Richard's wife, Nicole, that I follow on Instagram because she is so badass. She's a surgeon And man, the things I've learned from her, the eyes of a woman in surgery, it's really amazing. Anyway, that's a whole side story. Okay, number 8. Raymond of the Tampa Bay Rays. Is he a stingray? Am I familiar with the Tampa Bay Rays mascot? Have I seen it on TV? I don't know.
Does he have muzzles? Is there something?
If he's a Tampa Bay Ray.
Is he a
Sexy?
stinger?
He's got a big stinger?
He's got a sexy stinger. Yeah.
So this is the only close to human one so far. Mr. Met of the New York Mets is the guy with the baseball head.
Oh.
So it's a human with a baseball head.
What a waste of time for that survey.
What a weird list.
Yeah.
Yeah, number 6, Billy the Marlin of the Marlins from Miami. 5 is Mrs. Met of the New York Mets. So Mr.
she have
Met
a
is
girl?
7 and Mrs. Met is 5. I didn't know they had 2. Rosie Red. Oh, look, there's another girl. Rosie Red of the Reds, Cincinnati Reds, is number 4.
Should be number
Clark
1.
the Cub of the Cubs. That's a bear?
He doesn't wear pants.
No, I don't know what he looks like. Is he a bear?
Squidwarding it?
Look at him. Just type in.
It's like
Chicago
Donald
Cubs.
Clark,
the
no
Club.
pants.
So many people in the Cub fans are mad. They're like, we don't want a mascot. We don't need this crap.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's cute.
Is he wearing pants?
No.
Because somebody, the first time, type in.
Is he a bear?
He is
It's
a
a
bear.
there's one that-
He's cute.
But type in.
not, he's not sexy. This is a weird
List.
I feel like furries
Type in
are
his
the people that
junk.
made this
Type in
list.
Yeah, I
think furries
newscaster.
put this together.
Cubs
I'm not
mascot
putting-
junk.
No,
Because what happened the first
absolutely
time they
not.
introduced him, somebody screwed with the thing and they put a wiener on him.
Oh, my.
And they put it in the news.
Oh, my God. They put that on on the news anchors doing
How
the
many
news.
years ago was
There's
that?
a picture
Oh,
of
my
an
God.
There's less than 10.
anatomically correct
Wow.
mascot.
Yeah, look it up. You'll see.
Okay, the top 2 sexiest mascots are the Philly Fanatic of the Phillies. No. That's not
He's
sexy.
smelly.
That smells bad. Oh, my God. He stinks.
He's green and
I know, he's green.
super fuzzy.
He looks like a Sesame Street character.
He does.
His tongue.
Yeah, like you want to bop his nose, but
The
he doesn't
tongue,
really have
the
a
tongue
nose.
comes out, remember? And it like goes.
I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
It's better than their,
I
was it
forgot about that
Grizzly or
kitty.
Grizz?
Grizzy.
Grizzy.
Wait, no, it's Grizzly. The one for the Flyers? Now I can't remember because we have Grizzly's
Oh,
hood
the one
news.
looks like Crazy
Right.
Eyes. The Crazy Eyes Flyers mascot. These are
His name.
MLB mascots. Number 1 is for the Arizona Diamondbacks. D. Baxter is the sexiest MLB mascot, according to BetUS rank.
Pretty, that's it.
That's crazy. It's based on the mascot's personality, the search interest of this mascot for MLB, social media following of the mascot, and the golden ratio, the physical proportions of the mascot. That's what it's based on.
What in
So,
the
yeah, this
world?
bear.
This is what happened on the news.
Oh, my
Look at
God. Okay, we'll have to
Oh, I got to see this.
we'll have to put that somehow.
They're introduced it because it was like a cartoon. It's not
There's
like
an
the
actual date.
People gonna look it up now.
Yeah, it was Clark the Club.
Clark the Cub. Clark the Cub of the Chicago Cubs news fail.
Somebody
You
screwed it
can
up.
find it that way. All right, let me get to this other thing because we're going to run out of
Oh, my
time.
God. That had me laying on the floor.
One of the biggest celebrity divorces in the last 10 years was the one between Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. And it was pretty bad because you know it's bad when you heard almost nothing about it because it was so bad. The original story that we got when their marriage was falling apart is that they were on a private jet. Something happened on that jet between the kids and Brad Pitt. And Angelina didn't want him anywhere near the kids. Was there shoving? Was there pushing? Was there punching? Some form of physical fight had happened on that jet. And that's when it all started unraveling. And then Angelina was so mad at him, and the kids were siding with her. Like nobody was talking to Brad. And then Brad wouldn't talk about it. Then they had that massive fight over the money for the Miraval wine and how much they're going to split that up and who's got
Right.
the rights to what and all these things. Well, Brad Pitt is starring in the new F1 movie, so GQ interviewed him for that.
That looks
And-
good.
Yeah, my husband's really excited about that because he loves F1. Well, he asked if he felt a sense of relief following the announcement last December that he and Angelina had reached a settlement in this divorce more than 8 years
I saw
after she filed. They were married for 2.
Wow.
It took 8 to divorce. And he says, and I quote, "No, I don't think it was that major of a thing." What?
Smart. You got to say that because
Just something coming to fruition legally.
you can't give them anything. If you say something,
Yes,
then
but
they'll
that's
dig
even
deeper.
offensive. You just say, it was just
Can't say anything.
we had to just. It is what it is. I would have just said it is what it is.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
It is
Because saying
frustrating.
I don't think it was that major of a thing. It's like, you threw away our whole relationship. You don't think it was a thing? 8 years. Angelina does not talk about it. Brad Pitt is 61, by the way, and Angelina is 49. Brad Pitt is 61. That's what 61 looks like now.
There's a meme going around what
not
they would
really,
look
just
like.
in Hollywood.
Yeah, there's a meme if Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt were just regular people, like
What they
Yeah,
look
all of us.
like.
they wouldn't look like that.
And it's hilarious. I got to find it.
They've done
It
that
shows
with
what they-
Jay-Z and Beyonce as well.
It's like
I saw the one
'cause
about-
she just looks older. I mean, she still
Yeah.
looks decent, but just we all when you
Yeah,
get older,
you're
you're
just
gonna
getting
get
We could all look that
Because
great if
there's
we
a-
had that unlimited funds to.
Well, on the side of that, I saw all the tricks and stuff because she just hosted the AMAs, and there was a thing about here's J Lo no makeup at 54 years old. Can this even be real? Well, I mean, it can. I mean, I know people who don't look their age at all. At all, people are just stunned when they see their age, but they're not famous. They
These
just
famous people are gonna it's gonna hit them hard in a few years when these potions and lotions won't work.
It's like,
Because all they think about
immune to
every
it?
day, that's all they're thinking about is their beauty and their looks. Like most of us, just
It's so superficial.
life.
But that's what their job is,
Right.
to be superficial for
I mean-
us. They have to be magical and on a different level.
Yeah.
They're the famous,
They're
they're the
superstars.
rich,
That's what Amanda Pete.
the
Remember
fashionable.
her?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's in that John
was in-
Hamm
It's
show.
totally different.
She looks like a normal person.
Yeah.
I
On
don't
Apple
even
TV.
recognize her. I'm like,
Roula,
that's
you
her.
gotta watch
She didn't
this.
put Botox in.
It's called For Your Friends and Neighbors.
Right.
John Hamm's in it, and she's his ex-wife. And
I think
Eric's
she looks
right.
pretty. She's,
You know who else I was stunned? I did not know when I was looking at her. Michelle Monaghan from White Lotus.
Oh, yeah.
I could not believe my eyes that is the same woman from Maid of Honor and Heartbreak Kid. I just didn't believe it. I had to just keep Googling. There's no way that's her. There's no way that's her.
She was in
looks
Mission
totally
Impossible
different
as
to
well.
me.
She was Tom Cruise's wife.
How do you just take on such a different look? I just age, but she doesn't look bad. She doesn't look the same. She's just not the same
it's
person.
not fair. All these celebrities that are famous in their 20s. None of us look like your 20s when you're
Nobody
40s.
does.
I don't feel like I look that different.
I'd be happy
I
just to
didn't
look like 40.
Because I didn't
You didn't
color my
have gray hair
hair.
when you were 20s.
I feel like my
gray.
face looks
Gray
the
beard.
same.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I
Kevin's
mean,
a
it was
pirate.
a total
His name
change
is
of
Gray
face.
Beard.
Like, how do you describe? How do you explain Renee Zellweger's face? I mean, there are people who had
That's-
total facial changes.
Yeah.
Plastic surgery abuse.
But no, it's not. I would not say that about Renee Zellweger. It's not abuse. I don't.
eyes-
She went overboard.
Michael Jackson was plastic surgery abuse.
Yes,
yeah, I would
you're-
never put Renee Zellweger in
you're
that
correct.
same category.
No.
All right,
Absolutely
that's
not.
fair. That's fair.
But I'm
Yes.
just saying, like, people just change like that, but not that much. I mean, Eric, you're not that crazy different than you were when you were 25. If I saw a picture of you at 25 and one now, I'd say, okay, well, that's still Eric.
I'm in better shape.
Yeah.
Are
And I
you-
don't wear
You
glasses.
know what? You can also.
I
You
saw a
can,
picture because I was a whole Ethan. And I'm like, man, I know what I would have been if I would have stayed back in my small town.
Well, why
I'd
don't you
be
tell us?
beer belly.
no,
I'd
but
be bald.
also
I'd
Probably.
be
the living conditions, the stress. Like, you know, if you'd had to work a really hard, insane job, like stress will age you big time. I look at pictures of myself from just 4 years ago to now, and I look like
Well, all
I've
those
aged.
AI pictures you were posting of yourself.
I
I mean,
look
what
like
the
I'm
hell?
not- oh my God.
How
it's
can
like-
we? Ryan was posting his
I was
Depeche
playing
Mode
with an app.
pictures, and he did not say it was AI.
And he's pretending to.
Enhanced.
No, you did not.
You did not put on
I
your
said-
post that's AI. You said,
This is
here's
the-
a picture of me when I
Yes,
was 24.
you pretended like it was
this
all
is the
you.
funniest thing. This is the funniest thing.
Can
I
we come back from that?
I
Poor
posted
Sam's
a
arm is
picture.
tired.
I said this is when I was in Depeche
We have
Mode.
to go. We have to break.
We have to
All right.
take a break so Ryan can tell
Take
you
a
how
shot
he
and then
duped
run
you
away.
online.
No, you go back to
Okay.
it.
Don't buy Ryan's pictures online. They're all
No.
faking them.
We know
It's KRBE. Let's do it with more of the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
And we continue our conversation of calling out Ryan Chase for putting AI pictures of himself up on his Instagram and didn't
Okay.
say it was AI.
May I explain? May I have the floor for
is
one
it
moment?
a post or was it a story? I can't remember.
It was a story. I didn't post
So-
anything. I
so
wanted
people
it to
can't
go
see
away.
it anymore.
It was a goof. Okay, you can always tell when I'm bored. I get a new app and I start playing around with it. And I did this one app, and it was like put me in like an 80s type situation, and it looked like a Depeche Mode album cover. And I said this from my time in Depeche Mode, and honestly, I had at least a dozen people message me like, "Oh my God, I did not know you're in Depeche Mode. How'd you end up in Houston?" It was so funny.
Now that one you did that one, but the other ones you did not.
Oh,
No.
there was another one where I took an old picture of myself and I entered it in, and it does all this weird lighting and shadowing and everything. And it's not me. Look, you can go through all my posts. You can see every wrinkle, every ugly
That makes a
picture.
good question. Are we supposed to like say something like this is what I would have looked like? I wish I looked
if I
like
had
her.
smooth lines on my face.
Oh,
or
no,
if I
it
was
was a picture from like 20 years ago. I looked 25 years ago.
But that had a full head of hair, and
Yeah,
it was like
but that is,
I knew you 25 years ago. You looked nothing like that.
Yeah.
No, when I had the long hair, maybe it was 30 years. Okay, sorry. But it's a fun app to play with. I'll forward it to you, Eric. I mean, it's a lot of fun.
Why would I want to do that to hurt
I'm
myself
done with
and
it
go?
now.
Yeah.
I could have looked like this.
Speaking of being
That's
young,
why girls get all this plastic surgery because all
Exactly.
these filters.
All they care about is filters.
It's about
and-
filters.
It's,
Yeah.
yeah. Just
You
like
want to look like your
face.
filter in real life, and then you look creepish in real life. You're like, oh my God, what's wrong with
I
your
will
face?
say
And then you
this
go and
much.
spend all this money to dissolve it
Wait,
because
now that I'm single, I don't have to worry about filters anymore, and I can just put a picture of just myself with all the flaws.
Has any listener ever taken a picture with you and they selfie you and they have the filter on it and it gives you that pointy girl nose?
Yes.
I don't know that
It
one.
turns your face into just a little bit
Feminine?
further away from yourself, but still a little bit weird. And you're like, oh, wait, is that me?
How funny.
Wait, is this going to be the picture of us?
please
Where I
don't
have,
send that out.
Like pointy kitty nose.
Well, speaking of the
What
youth
in the
that you
world?
chase, it turns out that the most critical decade for your health is between 36 to 46. So you need to really take care of yourself in that 10-year window. They say if you smoke, quit smoking. If you drink, limit your alcohol consumption.
Shut up.
Because it helps
Man,
helps
those are the
support
years
your
that I
mental
did all that
well-being.
stuff.
That's the fun time.
Eat real food in those years, 36 to 46. Eat real food. Focus on whole foods and minimize processed items to support your overall health. Prioritize your sleep, which in our job we can't. Stay active. Engaging in, of course, regular activity is always good. Maintain cardiovascular health and muscle strength. Maintaining it is part of the plus of doing even something as simple as walking. They say even small changes like just choosing to walk a little more or improving your home ventilation can lead to better health outcomes because they say for your long-term health, the most critical period of your life is 36 to 46.
Wow, I really screwed up because I did all those horrible things. That was when I was a madman.
Sure.
You know, it's kind of odd to hear you say that you were a madman and we had to live with you while you were being a madman, but you didn't acknowledge you were being a madman. So, maybe don't say that because it kind of grates my nerves and
I
also
have
Eric's.
apologized.
No,
I
that's
apologize
fine.
and
We're going to have our own
apologize.
therapy session later about it. It's fine.
I would love to do that. I would love to get a therapist in here with the whole show.
Oof.
please do it when I'm on
And have
maternity
fun.
leave.
I know. It sounds like I can't take
Let
any more of this
everything
Please
hang
have
garbage.
me
out
do
there.
that. I can't deal with.
I think it's the past of the past.
No, I mean,
the therapist would just annoy me.
I think that
I'd be
everything
like,
in this
why
life
are you
is
opening Pandora's box? From,
I don't think it
because you need to know why a person is the way they are today. Everything is cause and effect. Like these are the events that led me to this point. And how can I avoid being that
But then
way
you're-
again? I don't ever want to be that person again, and I don't think I am. And I think that applies to every human being.
I mean, you always want to be better.
Yes, it should be everybody's goal in this life. Rise above your original programming. Try and be a better version of what you are.
But then now,
got time for that.
yeah, people got to deal with that. For
No, and you're right, Kevin. A lot of people don't have time for that. They really don't. They're just trying to make a living and busting their ass. But, your mental
Well, it's
health is
expensive,
so
too, I bet.
important. It is. That's why I do those commercials
Yeah.
for BetterHelp. It's a lot cheaper than regular conventional therapy.
therapies.
Can we talk about why you can't tickle yourself?
oh yeah,
That never works, does it?
Yeah, there's a stat about tickling.
That's a
You
joke
spent-
because off the air, Kevin and Eric and I were saying, what's up with not being able to tickle yourself? And what'd you say, Eric?
Oh, I
Oh, no, you
I-
can't say that on the air.
I was wondering,
Not the naughty thing.
Because you
I
can do
thought
other
you said
things to
something. I
yourself,
thought
but
you
you
said,
can't.
or did you say
can't
you
tickle
can
yourself.
tickle yourself,
I don't
Eric?
tickle.
Kevin?
I said I'm pretty sure I can tickle my own feet, but not my underarms.
Yeah, so that's weird. So you actually think
Try it
that
right
if
now.
you
Try
just start
tickle your
tickling
foot.
your own feet, I don't want to see your bare feet,
Don't
but
let
that
him
would
do it.
actually make
Turn
you
around.
giggle.
Turn around and do it that way.
Because it is true. You can't lick your elbow and you can't tickle yourself, but you can do.
But why is that?
And you can't even if to massage your shoulders, if you have like a real stiff neck, it does not work if you're trying to massage your own shoulders.
You can get a knot out yourself, but
a little bit,
the
but it's nothing
tickling-
like it feels when somebody else's hands are
yeah,
on you.
Eric, if you were to come over here,
tickling?
My poor
if you were
child
to come
here.
over here and do this, I would be jumping out of my skin. But I can do it, and it doesn't bother me. I'm just tickling my armpit.
The only way I can get tickled is if you do the noise, like tickle, tickle, tickle.
tickle.
That makes me tickle. Like
That-
That
go,
is
like,
so weird.
Make
I
me go,
feel
"Ee!"
like you're a little toddler.
I can't do it. If you just went over and started doing that, I'd just feel like it wouldn't do anything really. But if you started going tickle, 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 it'd make me. See?
Tickle, tickle, tickle.
Tickle weirdo.
Got all down.
Weirdo.
On the Roula and Ryan show with Eric.
104.1 KRBE.
Maybe it's Pavlov's dog because my sisters were older. They hold me down and tickle my feet and
Probably
armpits and
until
stuff.
you pee your
Pavlov.
pants.
That's when they would give the dog a treat to do
That's
something.
why every time
It
I
was
hear the
muscle
word
memory.
every time I hear the word tickle makes me squirm.
Here they come.
Okay, so yesterday, Kevin, you sent me a text about this, and I read into it. The preliminary cause of death for the Texas Ren Fest founder, George Colum, he committed suicide. So the Magnolia Funeral Home is handling the services for him. He was 88 years
How
old.
long ago did he pass away?
Was it just last week?
Was it last week when you?
I think so.
And
I think it was last Friday.
if you watch the documentary on the Texas Renaissance Festival called Ren Fair, then you would see in that he tells everyone, he said, I'm not going to die of natural causes or anything. I'm going to choose my own day.
Yeah. He was telling everybody.
Yeah, he said it outright that he was going to, and he actually said he's going to live till 95, and he was making arrangements for that. However, there were some setbacks for him.
Oh, yeah,
over
the
past.
setbacks being like he was
Health setbacks?
Well, no,
Or
he
financial?
was, first of all, he had to sell off the Renfest, and that was his baby. He loved that. And then he was the first and only mayor of Todd Mission. That's the city that was incorporated in 1982 around the Renfest. And that changed earlier this month when he lost his reelection bid to challenger Stephen Mensing in a general election. So he's no longer the mayor,
That he
and
created.
he's no longer Texas Renfest owner. He just basically lost everything and said, well, I'm done.
Just tap out.
And I believe he checked out. Then.
That's what it looks like.
That's sad.
Houston Police Department has eliminated a policy that required officers to initiate at least one traffic stop per day. We always said that there's a quota, and they always
I
deny
was
it.
getting Kevin.
The Houston City Council.
I'll say because of Kevin. I'll meet you tomorrow. Same time.
exactly.
When you speed a little bit.
When you read that red light.
Houston City Council passed an ordinance yesterday to eliminate traffic stop quotas. Now, currently under state law, there's a statute that bars quotas for ticketing, but there's nothing that stops quotas for stops. So Mayor Whitmire noted that that policy was created under the previous administration. So
I was talking to a police officer, and they were saying like they're told to kind of like stop like 5 times a day, like go out there and talk to
Unofficial?
someone, like not even stop them, like go up, talk to people, be seen.
Oh, interact.
It's proven that if cops are seen in that area, a presence, less crime will happen. So they don't really say you need to go get 5 tickets today, but Ryan. But they'll be like, you need to go, be out there and stop and talk and get around people at least 5 times.
I can see that.
And
So,
if you're
you could pull people over.
pregnant, you can drive in the HOV for free.
That's right.
Can you
Two people
really?
Right there.
Yes, they just passed that as a law.
Well, they should. There's 2
I
of you.
thought that was a law, so.
Oh, was
Glad
I
that
not supposed
got
to be doing
passed.
that already for all these years?
Well, they can scan the heartbeats with those.
Yep.
The new scanners.
They put those
Even if
in
you have a
there.
canary in your car, that's a heartbeat.
ridiculous.
Wait, you're saying I could get a bird and just ride in the HOV lane?
If you want to get
I
paid
don't
by
know
Special K.
if that's a big enough heart. Well, neither is yours, but
That's true.
Which one's bigger?
It's like the Grinch.
It's just a
Yeah, like the Grinch.
empty, vacant, broken down chamber.
Vessel?
Yes.
It's like, hello. It's like an
It's
echo.
funny
Hello.
because-
Anything in here?
It's true.
Coming up next, it's time for roses, guys. If you have questions in your relationship, your gut instinct is telling you your mate is hiding something from you, lying to you, or just acting shifty.